1, 2, 1, 2. What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to today's second late night agenda. This is a proper late night agenda, though. 10 p.m. start on this one. We're going to have a look at Adeyemi and some other potential signings from Liverpool in January or in the summer. Of course, people like to have a little moan at me about the titles of the streams. Little Nathan had a little bitch just at the start to say, you're always picking players who just scored goals recently. First of all, I don't choose the titles for the streams, mate. Connor takes care of all of that. In fact, sometimes I don't even know the stream title till you guys tell me about it. So there you go, mate. Rather than bitching at me, why don't you, one, fuck off and watch somebody else if you don't like it, or two, start your own channel and then you can talk about whatever the hell you like. Right, ladies and gents, how are we? The Late Late Show. Yeah. Sorry, that's a very Irish thing. I'm good, Finley. How are you? Alex, nice to see you in as well. Martin wants to talk about Basuma. Happy to do it, dude. Hello, big sexy Craig again. Quinch doing bits. Following me from one channel to another. I love it, mate. Well played. Yeah, as I said, Nathan, you can start your own channel, mate, and talk about whatever you like. Now, I don't know if anybody give a fuck about that, and you have to say, mate, because quite frankly, I don't know why anybody cares about what I have to say. But I don't like people just coming in and moaning, mate. You know, nobody's forced you to be here and watch. If you don't like what I have to say, grand. Plenty of other channels for you to choose from, dude. I don't know why you'd subject yourself to something you don't like. I'm good, thank you, Nathan Evans. I hope you're well. Nice to see you in. Love these late night agendas. Thank you very much. I like doing them. It's been a busy day again. Sub count again. Do you know what? And I remembered, I said to myself to do that as well. And I still forgot about it. And I had reminded myself to do it. But thank you, mate. I'll change that now. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was supposed to change it, but I got distracted by a message that I got. So yeah, bear with me now, or I will do that now. So it should work, hopefully. There we go. Nice one. Thank you for that, for the heads up. I did forget to change the sub count. You're right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, before we get underway, you know what I've got to do here. I've got to talk to you about our friends over at Manscaped. Good thing is, over on the other stream, somebody actually used the discount code WFM20 while we were on the stream to get themselves the lawnmower. So there you go. If you want to join 2 million other men worldwide who trust the all-new Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped for their male grooming needs, then you can get 20% off and free shipping using our discount code, the famous WFM20. Now, what do you get inside the Performance Package 4.0? You obviously get the Lawnmower 4.0 with the 7,000 RPM motor, with the 4000K LED light, with the travel lock on it as well. You also get the Weed Whacker, the ear and nose hair trimmer, which, like the Lawnmower 4.0, is waterproof. You want to groom yourself in the shower, you want to have a little tiddle in the bath. I said tiddle, remember I said tiddle. You work away, we don't judge here. You also get the toner, the ball toner, the ball deodorant to make your nuts smell good. On top of that, you get 2 free gifts. You get the travel bag, which they call the Shed. Really good quality travel bag. And the boxer briefs, which I don't know about your underwear game, but I'm all about boxer briefs. And Manscaped ones are more comfortable than most of the rest. All of that in a really good, well-priced, good value pack as well. Using our discount code WFM20 gets you 20% off and free shipping. Massive thank you to our friends at manscaped.com for supporting us, for supporting fan content, and for making all of our balls nice and groomed and well groomed. And I'm sure that the ladies or gentlemen in your life appreciate it. I know mine certainly does. Right, how are we? Thoughts on the right back situation, Craigo, said young lad. Look, I'd imagine James Milner will step in there for the game against Manchester City at the weekend. I did a little bit of a preview with Esteemed Company. I know him as Stephen, but you guys might know him as Esteemed Company earlier on today. That's up on the channel at the minute. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, please do. And yeah, look, I think James Milner, look, he's not Trent. Nobody is. But I was very impressed with how James Milner played at right back in the recent Champions League game. So if you can carry that form, albeit I know it's a big step up from Porto to Manchester City, but they don't come much more experienced than James Pearce. So James Pearce, well, that's also true. They don't come much more experienced than James Pearce, but with regard to the Liverpool right back situation, James Milner, James Pearce, I'm James Pearce on the brain. There you go. Right. Can't wait for you to talk about Adeyemi. Let's have a chat about him. Let's get straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. Look, at Salzburg, they have an undoubted conveyor belt of talent that they've been able to bring through. And who would have thought that when Patson Daka left Salzburg to join Leicester, we would have been talking about another young prospect, another young attacking player at Salzburg that we might have wanted to come into Liverpool. Because I won't lie, I would have liked Liverpool to sign Patson Daka. I thought for the price he was available for, and with the track record that he had, it would have been an astute piece of business. Obviously, Leicester City got the job done. He's their man, fair play. But Adeyemi looks like another undoubted talent. 19 years of age, scored 2 penalties last night in the Champions League, scored penalties in the first game of the Champions League as well, and has hit the ground running again in the Austria Bundesliga for Salzburg this season. Now, where I will kind of pour a little bit of cold water on this story is that I read an interview with him recently speaking about, and I might need your help on this one, was Adeyemi at Bayern Munich when he was at underage level, or when he was in the academy system? Because I remember reading an interview with him that said, you know, he's got unfinished business at Bayern Munich, or he'd like to go to Bayern Munich at some point in his career. So I don't know if his mind is made up that that's maybe where his next destination will be. Obviously, Bayern Munich will look to the future. Robert Lewandowski can, well, who knows how long the great Lewandowski can go on scoring goals for. But Adeyemi looks like a tremendous talent right now, and we have been linked with a January move for him, but loads of other clubs in Europe will be looking at the kid as well. I've no idea how strong our interest is, because I thought we were going to get Patson Daka. I really thought he was tailor-made. So at this point, I've given up trying to second guess our scouting system and our recruitment, but he does tick many boxes that you would say would work for Klopp, for FSG, right age bracket, obviously a very talented player, but as I said, I don't know who's going to get the guy's signature, and I don't know how long he'll stay at Salzburg. And will he then go from Salzburg maybe and have a little stint at Leipzig like other players have done before him? It remains to be seen, but he looks like a tremendous talent, doesn't he? I think Saint-Maximin is sick, as in a good player, Liam. Yes, he's brilliant. And we spoke on last night's stream, actually. There was a story linking Liverpool to Alan Saint-Maximin. I think it was it Calcio Mercato? Or I think it might have been Calcio Mercato. Linked Liverpool and I think Chelsea with the guy. So again, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I was wrong on the Chelsea one. It was Liverpool and another club were linked to Alan Saint-Maximin. Maybe I still have the story on my phone, actually. Let me have a look. I might still have it on my phone from yesterday. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, it is here. Yeah, it was Calcio Mercato, and they said Liverpool and Chelsea are both reportedly interested in signing Alan Saint-Maximin. It says, according to Calcio Mercato, the two both keen on a move for the 24-year-old Newcastle winger, and Everton also credited with an interest. But the report claims Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp's sides are holding a great interest in the winger. Yeah, look, it's there's no doubt that Saint-Maximin is a talent. I would rather him than Adama Traore if you're looking at that explosive, pacey winger. But again, I don't think that it'll happen. I don't think that Liverpool will go to Newcastle and try and get the guy. I think I've said this before, but I like the idea of Pedro Neto. I like the idea of a Harvey Barnes. Actually, watching Jared Bowen as well, I can see why we were linked to him, because there's a lot of characteristics in his play that you could see easily transmitting into a Jurgen Klopp setup. Again, there is a lot of love for Saint-Maximin in the chat. Somebody said he's ill. You mean he's genuinely sick, as in unwell? If that's the case, get well soon, dude, because we all enjoy watching Alan Saint-Maximin in the Premier League. And from the little interactions I've seen with him on social media as well, he seems like a good guy. Seems like a really nice fella. What part of Dublin are you from? Shankill, which is very, very South Dublin. Big Man said, hi Craig, just watched the Leverkusen game and Wirtz was very good. I'm impressed. I think we should sign him. What do you think? Another one, by the way, another one there where I've got a story on. Where has it gone? Yes, so this came out yesterday and it comes from Bild via Inside Football, and it said Liverpool are reportedly interested in signing young Bayer Leverkusen forward Florian Wirtz. The 18-year-old is reported to be of interest to Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United and Liverpool are also in the running. Now look, I won't lie, I didn't get a chance to watch the Leverkusen game tonight because we did a watch along of the West Ham game over on Craig Station. Shout out to our other channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Link in the description. And I was getting reports of Wirtz scored tonight for Leverkusen, but people who watch a lot of Bundesliga, and I've been lucky enough to interact with a couple of Leverkusen fans, have said how much this guy has stepped up and how they don't even miss Kai Havertz that much because of the impact that Wirtz has had there. So Right now, it seems like, again, there is a lot of talented young footballers coming through the systems, and the value seems to be in Europe. So I can understand why we're getting linked more with players outside of the Premier League, because we know if you turn to another Premier League club, you generally pay more money, particularly if it's for an English talent coming through. So the likes of Wirtz, the likes of Adeyemi, I can understand why Liverpool, the likes of one of the players, Jeremy Doku, as well, players like that we've seen Liverpool link with in the past, they make a lot of sense to me. And you would get better value than you would perhaps going to the Premier League. But I suppose the argument is you could counteract the better value by saying, well, you've got somebody, if you buy from the Premier League, who has experience in the league. And we have seen sometimes players from abroad come in and fit seamlessly into the Premier League. Sometimes they take a little bit of time to settle. Sometimes they don't settle. I won't be in for long. Your other stream made my night. Hope you have a good rest of the week. Thank you, SNF, and appreciate you following over and saying hello as well. What else we got? Trent isn't starting. No, Trent won't be available for the game of the weekend. So the update from Jurgen Klopp today was that Trent and Thiago have been ruled out of the game against Manchester City at Anfield on Sunday. Probably see Jimmy Milner. I was going to say Jimmy Pearce again. I was going to see Jimmy Milner coming at right back. Maybe Joe Gomez. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Obviously, I'd love to know your feedback, but I'd be much more comfortable with Milner playing at right back in this one. I don't mind kind of giving you my predicted 11 early, because some people won't see it and they'll watch it on the preview. But I'm going to go for Alisson in goal, Milner at right back, Robbo to keep his place at left back, although I have been impressed with Costa Simicas this season. I think we'll see the same centre-back pairing as well. I think the Tuesday to Sunday break means there's probably enough time for Joel Matip and Van Dijk to recover, so I expect them to play at centre-back. Midfield then, obviously Fabinho in the holding role, Jordan Henderson on the right-hand side. And look, you can't take the shirt away from Curtis Jones, in my opinion. I know some people will maybe say Naby, but I just think Jones is in such good form, so full of confidence at the minute. He has to start. And then up top, I do think we might see a change there. I think Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino and Mohamed Salah is my guess at the front three for the game against Manchester City. Is Williams injured? No, he's back. He was on the bench, Mick, for the game against Porto. He was on the bench, very bottom of the list. Thank you, James. Craig said, Craig, you're beautiful. You are beautiful, no matter what they say. I can't hit them fucking notes. Not even going to try. I won't lie. Well, I did try and failed. Failed miserably. Samasamichi? Oh, sorry, mate. I can't. Isamichi? Again, I'm sorry for butchering the pronunciation. Said Florian Wirtz is class and is cheap by now. You ordered the Lawnmower 4.0 and you used the discount code WFM20. Honestly, let me know when it shows up what you think about it, because I think, and I've bought lots of male grooming products over the years, from nose hair trimmers to, stuff for down there, and obviously stuff for the noggin, and I think it's a very good value package from Manscaped. And you won't be disappointed. I hope you enjoy the pack when it comes, and I hope that your balls thank you. And again, don't forget WFM20 for the discount code. You're heading over to Anfield this season. I'm hoping to get over in January, Glenn, with some mates of mine from the town I grew up in. Hopefully one of them is able to organise us a couple of tickets. And fingers crossed, mate. I'd love to get over. Of course, it's just getting tickets is the issue. If I could get tickets, I'd go to as many as I could. Craig, I'm a Barca fan, but I love your show. Thank you very much, Geeky17. Appreciate the super chat as well. And as you might know, mate, after Liverpool, Barca are my second club. And I'm, like you, not really enjoying what's going on there right now. I don't see it being Ronald Koeman's fault. I think he's taken the short stick with regards to the squad that he's inherited from the financial situation. But thank you, mate. Really appreciate you coming in. Air Gear Geeky17. Is there any news on Doku? Not that I've seen. No new news that I've seen anyway on Jeremy Doku. I'm sure that it'll be linked when the January window starts to come a little bit closer. I'm going to watch the game this weekend against City. Oh, Liam, you lucky devil. Enjoy it, dude. That's going to be class. Yeah, Leonard, there's no way you ordered a Lawnmower 7.0, mate. Doesn't exist, but, Cheers. Here's me getting all happy that people are using the code to buy stuff and all. Watch, we'll get dropped by Manscaped now because nobody's bought it, and I'm here thinking, oh, look at all these lovely people who are using our code and buying stuff from Manscaped. Hopefully, a few of you are telling the truth, because genuinely it would mean a lot to us, because, you know, our work with Manscaped is something that allows us to put out the amount of content that we do and allows us to keep the lights on. So yeah, I hope a few of you are telling the truth, but I won't know until the folks at Manscaped let us know. Callum's going over to Anfield on Boxing Day to watch the Leeds game. That's going to be a good game, Callum. Good game, that. I always enjoy Liverpool's games against Leeds. But yeah, enjoy. Shout out to Connor, the hero of Anfield Agenda. Said, Cat, I will echo that sentiment. Without Connor Crosby's talent, you know, I wouldn't have the studio. I wouldn't have the technical know-how that the channel has. So yes, absolutely. Good shout there. What are your thoughts on Luis Diaz? I don't have any. I need more information than that, sorry. Don't mean to be rude, mate. Sorry, I just need more information than that. Andrew said he used the code. Thank you. If anybody genuinely has used the code WFM20 or Craig Station, then thank you, because it really means a lot to us. You know, being able to work with such big brands like Manscaped and all, we never thought it would happen. So, you know, I know nobody likes to see ads. Nobody likes people to sell them stuff. But I only talk about products that I actually like. And Manscaped is one of them. Ultimate Fan is one of them. Obviously, you know, other companies we work with, I don't want to call them out on a Manscaped stream. Basuma, Martin Wright wants to talk about Basuma, the self-professed best midfielder in the world. Look, I've said it before, in the summer when Junior Wijnaldum left, to me the most natural Wijnaldum-esque type replacement for the way we used Wijnaldum. You know, I know Wijnaldum is used a lot further forward in the Dutch national team and probably will be at PSG, but for me, I thought Yves Basuma would have been a very natural and easy replacement. Right age bracket, Premier League experience, obviously coming in. Was it Ron he came for to Brighton? I can't remember. I know he was Brighton's record transfer fee at the time, but I've been very impressed with the way he's gone about his business at Brighton. And the prices that I'd seen range from 30 million, which seems quite reasonable, right up to 50 million, which seems a little bit too steep. So I don't know is the honest answer, but I thought we may have made a move from him in the summer, but we didn't, obviously. If Adeyemi was to come, would you like to see Bobby moved on? Well, look, I do think, Andrew, at the end of this season, one of Bobby and Sadio might move on. The reason I'm not including Mohamed Salah in that conversation is because, well, one, we know the club want to give him a new deal, and I hope he signs a new deal. One that reflects, of course, his stature in the game, which he deserves a big pay increase because, you know, he's phenomenal. But I do think that it might become telling which one of Bobby or Sadio doesn't sign a new deal. That might give us an indication as to who may move on. And look, if you are moving them on, and I love both of the guys. I like all the players at Liverpool, to be fair. But if we do move one on, then the idea of an Adeyemi or, you know, somebody between the age of, say, 19, 22, probably the age bracket of player I would expect to come in. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But, you know, they're the calibre of player we should certainly be looking at. Flux, I don't know. You know, never say never, mate. Never say never, but it's not something that's been spoken about at the minute. But again, never say never. Andrew said, I think we dodged the bullet with Patson Daka. What do you think? I think it's a bit too early to say either way. I haven't watched an awful lot of Leicester this season. Seen some highlights and stuff. I must talk to Lee Chappie about him and see what Lee thinks about Patson Daka. But I think it's too early to write anybody off. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff around Jadon Sancho as well. Some people saying that he's been a flop. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair for anybody to be written off. Even, I know Jadon Sancho's English and I know he has experience. He was at City before he went to Dortmund, but still takes time to settle. You know, new team, new way of training, new methods, new players in and around them. And I think it's the same with Patson Daka, or it's the same for Ibrahim Konate coming into Liverpool. I don't like to see anybody being written off or being overhyped within a few months. So I think it's only fair that all these guys get a little bit of time to adjust. Malin would have been perfect. Yeah, I can see the appeal of Daniel Malin, but we do know that Daniel Malin's represented by Mina Raiola, isn't he? And we know Mina Raiola likes to move his players around and get nice paydays for everybody involved. So you would say that probably Haaland, when he leaves, he'll move on elsewhere, and then the next one will probably be Daniel Malin because he looks like a real talent. Let's be honest about it. Was linked to Liverpool, but will probably do the old reliable, done and dusted couple of years at Dortmund and then flog on for a really high fee somewhere else. Fury versus Wilder, who wins? I can't see what Malik could have done to change Wilder that much in the short period of time they've worked together, so I can only see a repeat and Fury winning. Samasemchi, again, mate, I'm so sorry about pronouncing the name. SamasisAmci. I'm so sorry I can't pronounce it. It said Florian Wirtz, 7 games, 6 goals, 4 assists. That's crazy numbers. 10 goal contributions or 10 goal involvements there in 7 games. That is ridiculous numbers. Would I rather Adeyemi or Pedro Neto? I think Adeyemi is probably the higher ceiling of talent. But I wouldn't turn my nose up at either of them, to be honest. If you could give advice to your younger self, what would you say? Let the anger go. Yeah. Don't carry anger and pain with you through life, because for a long time I was a very angry person, really angry person, carried around a lot of resentment and bitterness, and it had its toll on me physically, mentally. So I would say, just appreciate what you have and count your blessings, and just keep trying to improve. But yeah, just definitely the anger thing, 100%. That would be my advice to a younger me. Don't carry the anger. I think you look fresh today. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. It's weird because when I wear the black version of this hoodie, the webcam doesn't like it as much. It's my colour goes weird and the light doesn't pick it up as much. So when I wear the lighter one, it's much easier to get the camera to work properly. Cardiff, how are you, mate? Cardiff fan. Alf, how are you, mate? Evening, Kevin. Nice to see you in. Chris Meachinger, said Daka's really good. Malin just scored his first goal in the Champions League game. These young players need time to adjust. And look, I absolutely agree with you. As I said, I don't like anybody being written off a few months into a new club. Daniel said City or PSG. Can I say neither? Because I feel like I want to say neither. Would you rather Suarez or Coutinho have never left Liverpool? Oh, I'd rather Suarez never left Liverpool, mate. I won't rewrite history. Felipe Coutinho's time at Liverpool was very good, and he was called the little magician for a reason. He was phenomenal. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. Luis Suarez has done stuff I've never seen another footballer do in a Liverpool shirt. He had his negative aspects. I won't deny that. Some of the incidents he was involved in were shameful. They were. There was no place for sport for some of that shit. The biting and all that stuff. Just wrong. But he could nutmeg a mermaid, as I said earlier on. He was fantastic. Nathan's off to the darts on Sunday. Nice one. Enjoy. I've had a very good month, actually. I was over for the boxing twice this month, which is mad, because I haven't been in years. So to be able to go over for the Warrington fight and the AJ fight was amazing. And now I'm off to Spain on my holidays with the family next week, so all good. Aziz said, I'm a United fan. You guys are so lucky to have a manager like Klopp. I could have said the same to you, though, Aziz, to be honest, under Alex Ferguson. I mean, the greatest manager that the Premier League has ever seen. And, what a dynasty he left at United. So, it's, football is swings and roundabouts, really, isn't it? It's now Liverpool's time on the Jurgen Klopp, and Klopp's building something and has built something special there. So I wouldn't, maybe this is our generation manager, I don't know, but we're very fortunate to have him, I would agree. What happened to Miller? Lee Miller? Is that who we're talking about? The Canadian international. He moved, I don't know where, he moved in the summer. We sold him, but I just can't remember where he went. What do I think of Danjuma? Yeah, let's have a little chat around Danjuma because he's another one that's been linked to Liverpool in a recent article. And by the way, I know a lot of people love to read the titles of our streams and have a bitch and moan about it. Like, I invent these stories. Any name or any article that you see or any stream title, you come in and you'll see we tell you where the articles come from. So, for instance, I spoke about Calcio Mercado for the last one. For this one, Danjuma was being linked with Voetbal International, and they speak about Liverpool being interested. Reports in Holland say Liverpool are interested watching, and they send scouts to watch Danjuma play against Manchester United in the Champions League. So I don't pull these stories out of my arse. Like, people think I just make up random names and throw them at stream titles. Anytime we talk about transfers, we pull the articles off the internet, we discuss them, we ask you what you think, I give you my opinion on the story, whether it's real or not, and we discuss it. People seem to think that I just love linking us to players. I don't. Most of the time I'll be the first one on here saying I don't think it's realistic. So to those people that just see a stream title and comment, take some time to come in and watch, and I think you'll see where we're coming from. But anyway, where are we? Danjuma. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant against United, particularly in the first half. I thought he ripped Dalot apart down that left-hand side. But I suppose my question would be, if we were genuinely interested in him, why wouldn't we have made the move when he was leaving Bournemouth? Why would we have allowed him to go on to Villarreal, where you could only imagine if we go back in for him, his price will have gone up. Now he's a Champions League footballer. You know, he's a player that played in the Champions League. When he was at Bournemouth, he wasn't. So, you know, it just gets more expensive. David said 30 million Bissouma transfer January is rumoured. I wouldn't say no. That's all I can say to you, mate. I wouldn't say no. Who was your favourite boxer? Yours was Prince Nassim. I don't know if I have one. I really like Joe Calzaghe, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, obviously. I enjoyed watching Oscar De La Hoya's career. I enjoyed Ricky Hatton, of course. I don't know if I have one favourite ever boxer. Never mind the players. We need to sign their scouts. They seem to be finding these class players, said Joseph. Alex reckons 30 million for Bissouma is a steal. I don't think we'd get him for 30 million. I mean, what did Birmingham, or not Birmingham, what did Brighton pay for him? I feel like it was about 18 million, maybe a bit higher. I think they'd be perfectly within their rights to ask more than 30 million for Bissouma. I think he's worth more than 30 million. So, look, if it somehow happened, I'd be delighted. But I just think he's worth more than that. Who's the better player currently, Salah or Ronaldo? Look, I'm going to say Salah, but I'm not saying Salah is a better footballer than Ronaldo. Your question was who is currently the better player. And at this moment in time, I think that there probably aren't many better players in the Premier League than Mohamed Salah. I think he's the form man. I think he'll win the Golden Boot this season. And I think he looks like a player, one, that's in peak physical condition. Two, that looks in a very good place mentally. And three, looks like he's enjoying his football. So I would say right now, Mohamed Salah. But I'm not saying Mohamed Salah has had a better career or is a better player than Ronaldo. But right now, Salah. Would I ever do a boxing match for charity? Honestly, I don't know, Keane. Like, I'm 40 now, so I'm old. It would have to be, I'd have to have the time to drop the weight. I'd have to train properly. I'd have to probably come off some medication. Never say never, but younger me would have absolutely had a go. Heard anything about the possibility tribute to Roger Hunt for Sunday? Not yet, but to be honest, L Scouser 8, I have been playing catch up a lot this week because I've had a lot of content to catch up on, so I haven't had much of a chance to read up on some stuff that I should, but I would imagine and would hope that there will be a fitting tribute to Roger Hunt because, you know, what a player. You know, part of the England 66 World Cup winning team, but obviously an icon on the Cop known as Sir Roger Hunt, and I hope so, and I imagine so. To be fair, the club are usually very good about stuff like that. Sterling has speed, will expose Milner, so I choose Gomez. Gomez ball watches quite a lot, though. You know, Gomez is often caught with balls over his shoulder. Even look for the goal we conceded against Porto. Gomez, man, got ahead of him at the near post to score the goal. So, I'd still go with Milner, personally. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand your thought process. Thoughts on Campbell Hatton? He lost. Plain and simple. That was actually the first fight we got into the stadium for. We missed the Callum Smith fight, so we got to see Campbell Hatton's fight, then we got to see a Coley, then we got to see AJ's fight. But look, he lost. Let's be honest about it. And I think he was very lucky to get a decision in the fight before this as well. So, as Eddie Hearn said himself, Campbell Hatton's had a lot of opportunities, but, let's be fair, he lost that fight. I know he won it, but he lost it. Glenn said, for me, Milner has to play right full. I agree, Glenn. I thought his performance against Porto was enough. And I thought the fact that Klopp took him off with I think it was 20 minutes to go or something, probably gives us an indication that he is in the manager's mind for the game against Manchester City. Liam said he thinks Tsimikas should start at right back. That would be interesting. It would be, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you, mate. The thought never even entered my mind till you floated it there. If it was anyone but Manchester City, I might be inclined to agree with you, but I just think James Milner's experience and obviously knowledge of City as well will probably get him the nod. But it's an interesting thought. Fury or Wilder? Fury. As I said at the start of the stream, I know that Deontay Wilder's changed coaches, but I don't see what Malik Scott could have done in the time they've had together enough to teach him the basic fundamentals, which he is lacking in compared to a lot of the other fighters. Now, obviously, one punch can change anything in heavyweight boxing, and Deontay Wilder, he's only me to tell you, has one hell of a KO punch. His record speaks for itself, but I can't see that other than another Fury win. I'm actually recording something right now. It's on the TV behind me about the fight. What do I think of Stephen Kenny at Ireland? I think it's worth giving Stephen Kenny a go. Like, he obviously had a spell at the under-21s, but I think, look, he hasn't inherited the greatest of squads. And look, there are people who are torn on Stephen Kenny either way, but for me, just give him the rest of the campaign, see how the results go, and then look ahead to the Euro qualifying campaign after that. Would I trade Chiesa for Firmino? Well, yes, because he's got a lot more years left on him. But I don't think it's a case that it'll ever happen. Obviously, Chiesa's just gone from, was it Fiorentina to Juve, and put in a very good performance last night against Chelsea. Watching the highlights back, his work ethic was phenomenal. Peak Ronaldo or Messi and Ronaldinho are your GOATs, said Adam. Well, they're all great players, mate, to be fair. Yeah, again, I enjoyed watching every one of them. Ronaldo, Messi and Ronaldinho, all fantastic. Does the current Dillian White beat the current AJ? Do you know what? He might, And hear me out. So, AJ's improved his boxing, no doubt about it, but he seems to be a bit more weary of taking a punch these days. And I think Dillian will rough him up a bit. It will be an interesting one, but I think whatever happens, Dillian White deserves his WBC shot. Whoever wins the Fury Wilder fight, I think Dillian has to get his title chance. Liam, now a member for 2 months, mate. Fury would beat anybody right now, but who do you think would win out of Wilder and Joshua? Joshua. I think Joshua beats Wilder. I've always thought Joshua beats Wilder. And how's that for the greatest streams? They make my day. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate you becoming a member. And look, if anybody wants to join Liam and become a member of Anfield Agenda FC, you can do so by clicking the blue join button or clicking the link in the description. It is $4.99 a month, in line with most other channels. You get access to our Discord group. You get all the Anfield Agenda emojis and stuff as well. And you also get your name appears in green to me and other members, making it easier to see your comments. Would I prefer Son or Kane? Son for our system. For the way we play Son. Exital said, alright Craig, work's had me pants down recently, so no Anfield Agenda. Nice to see you in tonight though, buddy. Great to see you back in. Thank you for giving up some of your evening to be here with us. Are Thiago and Trent ruled out? Yeah, the only two that were ruled out of the game of the weekend, Thiago and Trent, not available. So I imagine Milner will slip in. Do I think we'll sign anybody in January? I don't know, Owen, is the honest answer. I think not because of the AFCON. You know, I don't think that'll sway either way. I think maybe injuries might, though. So if we can keep the squad relatively injury-free, unless an absolute bargain comes up, I don't think so. But, you know, Klopp, we've done business in January, but any manager will tell you it's not ideal to be bringing players in January. Can we have a boxing agenda? Maybe Sunday. Yeah, I'm certainly going to be doing some boxing watch-alongs on Craig Station, so make sure you are subscribed. It's gone over 25,000 now on Craig Station, so amazing. Imagine getting another channel to 100k. That would be out of this world. But yeah, boxing I definitely want to do on there. Yeah, Trent is ruled out, mate. Trent and Thiago ruled out for the game on Sunday against City. Will I be watching Ronaldo in the Aviva? No, I'll be away, David. I'll be in Spain. Boxing agenda on Craig Station. Could be. I like the name, actually. Mick, well played. Well, actually, somebody else mentioned it earlier on, but yeah, I like the name. Prediction for Liverpool and City. I'm going to hang off, Matthew, on giving my prediction because I'm recording my preview tomorrow. I did do a stream earlier on today, actually, with esteemed company. I know him, Stephen, who's a Manchester City fan, runs a Manchester City fan channel called Esteemed Company. And I did give a preview in that, or a score prediction in that, but I won't give it away on this one. Alex, my pleasure, mate. You're going to have to hit the sacks here for the lineup prediction. Appreciate it, Alex. Ethan said we should sign Adeyemi. His form is unreal for Salzburg. I agree. But I have seen an interview where he speaks about wanting to go to Bayern Munich, so got to keep that in mind as well. You're starting a lineup for Sunday. Right, go on, I'll give it away, the starting lineup then before I finish up for the night because I'm going to head off in a minute. But yeah, my lineup for Sunday would be Alisson in goal, Milner at right back, Robbo at left back. I think Matip and Van Dijk will both start because I think Tuesday to Sunday gives them enough time to recover. Fabinho, Henderson, Curtis Jones on the left side of midfield then. I would swap Firmino in for Jota, so Firmino to the centre, Salah on the right, Mane on the left. Craig, who's the one City player we need to look out for? De Bruyne, obviously. De Bruyne. Thoughts on Milner possibly finishing up next year? His replacement's going to be extremely hard to find, to be fair, because, you know, he's so versatile, so fit, and so important in and around the changing room. So look, if Jimmy Milner finishes up this year, I think it'll be his choice. If he wants to stay on another year, I genuinely think Klopp would give him another year. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call that one a night. Really appreciate you guys tuning in for what's been a late night agenda. I'll be back tomorrow. Actually, there's a super chat just come in. Liam said, I'm happy with the way Liverpool look for both the Premier League and the Champions League going into the City game. Liam's going 3-1 to Liverpool. Come on the Reds. Liam, I'd bite your hand off for that score right now, mate. Thoughts on the cycling keeper, Ben Foster. Love to get on his podcast. Love to have a chat with him. And Luke, how are you, mate? Look, I'm going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back tomorrow at the regular time of 8:45 for another late night agenda. I'll also be recording the Anfield agenda preview for the Manchester City game as well. And then, of course, we'll do games of the weekend. I'm going to do Atleti Barcelona on Craig Station on Saturday night. So if you haven't subscribed to Craig Station, please do. And also, don't forget to check out manscaped.com where you can get 20% off and free shipping on the all-new Performance Package 4.0, including the Lawnmower 4.0 from our friends at Manscaped. In the set, you get the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker or Nose Hair Trimmer, both of which are waterproof, boxer briefs, you get the Shed Travel Bag, the Ball Toner, and the Ball Deodorant as well. I am going to go off and rest my voice because I'm absolutely done. My voice is gone to shreds. I will chat to you wonderful people tomorrow. Don't forget to drop a like on the video before you head off and subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you so much earlier on. Lots of love to all of you.